Hello everyone, my name is Raxby and welcome to my next project, which is going to be another Sucker Punch game, and actually the sequel to a game I've already played on my channel. Today we're going to go ahead and drop right into a game starring the one and only Sly Cooper, the Thief. That's right, it's Sly 2 Band of Thieves here on the Sly HD Collection, so we have nice widescreen, although as you can see some menus don't quite fully work on widescreen. Bit sloppy there, but you know what, the game is still great, and it will continue on from the story from the first game, from Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus. I've done a let's play on that, I'll put a link to that in the description below. I recommend checking that out if you want to really follow the story of the game, or you could just play the game yourself. That would work too, but just so you know nothing gets spoiled, I can recommend that. Now we do have a new game, or a game resumed, but well, something actually went wrong, and I'll show you a quick clip now. Are they gonna say anything? What is wrong? I'm not sure what's going on, but they're not talking to each other. No button I'm pressing does anything. I think the game just crashed on me. So yeah, that didn't really quite work out. So instead, let's go to select and just start a new game here.
Breaker Alpha Foxtrot, this is the Wizard. Do you read me, Sitting Duck?
This is Peking Duck. I hear you, Blizzard.
No, Sly, I'm the Wizard, and you're Sitting Duck.
I read you loud and clear, Lizard.
No, I'm... Forget it, you're not taking this seriously.
Yeah, I'm not. Look, Bentley, I know this is your first time out in the field, but you've gotta loosen up. If we're gonna get to those Clockwerk parts, I need you on your toes. So in plain talk, what's your status?
Well, I've established myself in the basement, and I'm pretty sure I can rewire the service elevator if you can power it up from that security station.
Hang tough, pal. It might take some time, but I'll figure out a way to get up there.
So yeah, some good banter to start off the game. That's really what I like in writing, you know? In Sly games, you know, the writing, I mean, it might not be for everyone, you know. I can understand some people will just think it's childish or dumb, but personally, I'm a fan of the writing, you know. It's funny enough. Let's pull the switch now.
Okay, I splice the wires. Ouch! Hold on. There it is.
That's Bentley the Brains. In Sly 2, they've made some improvements over the first game. A lot of people think that it's the best game in the series. If I think that, I'll come back to that at a later point. But one thing is that the other gang members will have a lot more of an active role. In the first game, you might have noticed that they pretty much rarely ever got to show up. But yeah, now you already have Bentley here, and they'll just play a bit more of an active.
Presto, all clear.
Thanks, pal. For your first time out, you did pretty well.
Oh, this operation is far from complete. Now that the lasers and spotlights are offline, Murray should be moving into position for your rendezvous. I'll stay here and provide computer support while you go on ahead.
Now, one bad thing about this game is that you have those moments where Bentley talks and there's no subtitles or anything. I'm probably gonna sometimes talk over those because it's pretty unavoidable. And also, one cool thing to note is that in this museum you can see like the Panda King and other cool stuff, you know. There's some better shots there. And I believe there's also, yep, there's one of us, Sly, Bentley, and Murray, which I always thought, you know, was pretty neat how they kind of, you know, just had these paintings of like Sly characters from the previous game, you know. And well, I mean, of course, you know, Sly is still in this game too, but I don't know, I just thought that was like a cool little Easter egg how you can see that. But with that said and done, let's just run ahead now. And
according to my information, the Clockwerk parts are being stored up there. Now to get access, you're gonna have to meet up with Murray at the rendezvous point. Unfortunately, the route through the garden is filled with guards.
No problem. I'll just take the long way around.
If memory serves, you need to jump and hit the circle button to run along ropes.
Yep. If you ever see one of these glowing blue lights, you just want to hit circle button near them, pretty much, and then you can run across them, run past them, or whatever. It's the basic Sly skill set, really, and it's a cool thing. It just makes platforming. It adds their little twist to the platform where there's basically like these ropes that you can walk across sometimes, and it makes it easy to know when you can and when you can't.
Murray must have gotten lost along the way. Try pressing on ahead without him.
Well, I don't think we quite can, because there's this big gate, you know?
Thunderflop!
There he is, Murray the Brawn.
Greetings, citizen. I hope you weren't harmed by my meteoropic entrance.
No, Murray, I kept at a safe distance.
Good, good. The Thunderflop knows neither friend nor foe, only destruction.
Yeah, could you maybe channel some of that raw energy into the security gate?
Of course. It is nothing before the Murray.
So yeah, Murray now has this character where he is the Murray, and he likes to destroy things and be silly about it, which, I don't know, I think it's pretty interesting. You know, he's just gonna keep that gate up for us, although he doesn't really need to anymore now. And there he goes, he drops it.
Another barrier stands before you. Fear not, I shall bend it like the truth.
Bend it like the truth or bend it like backhammer? Well, he's gonna bend it like Murray and just throw a statue at it.
Solid work, Murray. You're really in the zone.
My hulking frame is too much for that puny rope. You go ahead and unlock the doors from the inside. I'll be waiting in the hallway to help you carry out the clockwork parts.
Sounds good, Betty. Sounds good. Let's go ahead and cross another rope and get those clockwork parts we're here for.
I don't get it, Sly. The clockwork part should be here. This is all wrong. We need to pull the plug on this operation right now.
Freeze, Cooper.
Inspector Fox. As beautiful and unpredictable as ever.
Whereas you crooks are so predictable. You always return to the scene of the crime.
Crime? I haven't stolen anything. Yet.
Oh, really? Then who broke in last night and made off with all the clockwork parts? You've got the motive.
Someone already stole the parts?
Don't play dumb with me. It might not have been him, Carmelita. The method of entry and guard casualties all point to this being a Klaww Gang job.
The Klaww Gang?
Constable Neyla, I allowed you to sit in on this stakeout as a favor to the Contessa. I really don't need any help. Oh, I think you might. Look at the facts. Facts? Sly Cooper is right here. I caught him red-handed. I'm just saying that there are other criminals in the world other than... Sly Cooper! After him! You can't run forever!
And with that, we now have an escape sequence. Of course, Carmelita Fox is gonna blame us for that, even though, you know, we did not get here yet. Of course, we're still guilty of breaking into a museum, so she has every right to arrest us as a police officer, but we didn't steal those clockwork parts. Apparently, someone called the Klaww Gang did. So we're gonna have to see if we can find out more about them if we really want to get our hands on those clockwork parts. But for now, let's just make sure we run away and don't get hit by that stun gun Carmelita
You're all
has.
going to jail.
Pick me up at the rendezvous.
And jump through the window like a true action scene. And luckily, Carmelita is going to follow us, so Bentley and Murray have an easy escape. They're going to go ahead and get the fan ready for us. And we need to keep going now. It's pretty easy to dodge most of these shots. And if you do get hit, well, it's not too big of a deal. But you know what, I'll cover that a little bit later because we're pretty much done here. There's one more rope that we need to go across if I'm not mistaken, and we should be almost at the end. So I'm not too worried anymore about Carmelita. She has no chance here, so let's just slide right down if we can. There we go, and that's the fan. So let's jump in and escape.
I'll find you, Cooper!
Carmelita's just as angry as ever. She's really quite lovely when she's angry. And that Constable Neyla, was a reference to the Klaww Gang just a slip of the tongue, or an intentional clue? Either way, it's our only lead on the missing Clockwerk parts. Clockwerk. He was consumed with jealousy for the Cooper clan's thieving reputation. Is it inappropriate to refer to him as a monster? No, not at all. What kind of person stays alive for hundreds of years with the express intention of wiping out a rival's family line? Imagine the hatred fueling that first decision to replace his mortal body with soulless machinery. Ultimately, it did the trick. Clockwerk lived on. He caught up with my parents, and I wound up in an orphanage. It's there that I met my pals, Bentley, the brains of our outfit, and Murray, the brawn. They turned out to be all the family I needed. 2 years ago, I thought I'd finished it. How naive to think I could so easily put an end to that kind of hatred. And now he's back. In pieces, sure, but the threat is real. Does the Klaww Gang even realize what they've stolen? I don't know what's in my future, but I won't let it be a repeat of my past.
And that cutscene basically gave a bit of a backstory, you know. For those of you who didn't watch or play the first game, that's basically what happened. We faced off against Clockwerk, and now we want the Clockwerk parts again. So we're gonna have to find them. And this game is divided up into different episodes. Every episode is placed in a different area, basically, and every episode has different missions, of course. Basically, pretty similar to the last one, where there you looked around the fan. This time they just have, well, a pretty standard menu. But enough about that. Let's go ahead and just jump straight into episode 1 right now.
I had to call in a few favors to get the goods on the Klaww Gang's local operator, Dimitri, a sort of underworld celebrity, equally at home in high-class art circles and shady back-alley crimes. He was once a passionate young art student who worked hard to develop his own visionary style. Unfortunately, the art world wasn't quite ready for his kinetic aesthetic. So he gave them what they wanted and started forging old masterpieces. His way of punishing those with bad taste. Dimitri now runs a nightclub on the west side. The thumping music, colorful light shows, and a hint of danger lure in chic young patrons from far and wide. And it's here, hidden somewhere, where we'll find the Clockwerk tail feathers. What Dimitri plans to do with the Clockwerk part is beyond me. But those plans end tonight.
Sly Cooper and the gang in the Black Chateau. So to start off here, we look at the pretty sky and get a bit of a bird's eye view of the area that we will be exploring. And as that Eiffel Tower may give away, we are indeed in Paris. So that's pretty cool. Paris is a pretty standard location of the Sly Cooper games. And well, we'll enter this hideout here, and this is basically how Sly 2 is pretty new in this regard, as in you won't be able to play just as Sly, you'll also be able to play as the other characters at some point. And basically, in between missions, you will generally be here. You can switch characters here. You can also go to ThiefNet. I'll go over that more at a later point. For now, let's just play as Sly and jump into the world here and show you a bit more about how things work.
I tell you, Bentley, it's gonna be a real pleasure robbing this nightclub.
I share in your enthusiasm, but before we hit the inside, we'll need to do a little reconnaissance work.
What do you have in mind?
I've installed this special antenna on the safe house to help with our first job, hacking into Dimitri's satellite array. The coordinates for the job start beacon have been uploaded to your binocucom. Make your way to this position, and I'll give you a full briefing on our objective.
I'm on my way.
So this is basically how it works. Right now we're in this hub area, and this is where all of episode 1 will take place. Now, rather than having holographic markers that end you into a linear level, you will instead just see some of these markers still. They're still holographic markers, and they will start a mission, and they will just appear on random, not random, there are set places on the map, but you know, they'll just be somewhere on the map, and not necessarily jump you into a linear level, but just a mission that you generally complete around the hub area, which is, I think, pretty cool. Now, one more thing, you do have the clue bottles still, but rather than have them in every level, there's just now 30 in every hub area. I will be collecting all of them and show you what that leads to, so don't worry about that. We will definitely be covering all of that too. For now though, let's make sure we wait until these guards are passed, because yeah, if enemies find you, they'll battle you, and I don't really want to deal with that at the moment, so we're just gonna wait a second and then jump right in.
Sly, I need you to hack into Dimitri's communication array so that we'll have access to his database.
How am I supposed to do that?
To start, you'll need to get to the top of that tower. Then reposition the satellite dish to point at my safe house antenna. If you want to climb on stuff, jump and hit the circle button to grab hold. Try climbing up that pipe.
Right. Jump and press the circle button to climb pipes. I'm on it.
So here we have the first mission, and that is to basically set 3 satellites to our base so that we can work on that. We'll have to wait until this guy is passed, and then we can climb this satellite pipe and set the first one. Just press the circle button. It's not too tough. And there we go. It now points at the new direction. And that's just what we needed. And of course, you know, Bentley is talking, but since he's mostly spouting off tutorial stuff, I'm just gonna talk over him. Plus, there's no subtitles anyway, and the audio isn't that loud. I also don't have the audio on my TV too loud because it would pick up in the recording, and I don't want that to happen. So yeah, but you can press the left stick, and then you will see where the next one is. So that is an easy way to basically see where is your goal at. You don't have like a little waypoint arrow. Instead, whenever you feel lost, just press L3 and you should see where you need to go next. So it's pretty easy how it works like that, and we'll easily be able to get all of these satellites. And as for the balls, I will just be getting them throughout the missions. If I am still missing any at the end of an area when we're done, I'll just go on a bit of a collection run and grab them all. But yeah, mostly I'll try to get them in between missions and during missions and such when I walk past them anyway. There we go, that's 3, and now we can hack into Dimitri's database, and that's our first job completed.
Nice work, Sly. I'm downloading from Dimitri's mainframe as we speak.
All in a night's work. So, where do we go from here?
Your next job is to break into the nightclub and take some reconnaissance photos of the Clockwerk tail feathers. To get inside, you'll have to sneak through an old wine cellar beneath town.
Okay, I'll head out for the cellar.
So that is our next job now, but we'll have to go ahead and save that for the next episode. For now, I would like to say thank you guys very much for watching this opening episode. If you want to see more Sly Cooper, then be sure to consider subscribing to my channel, because that's where I'll be uploading things, and that's how you'll get notified. And if you enjoyed this first episode, then leaving a thumbs up is very much appreciated. And I'll see you all next time.